Mother's Day is often portrayed with flowers, hugs, and soft music playing in the background. But not all mother-daughter relationships are picture-perfect. Some are messy, loud, and painfully real. And that's exactly what Lady Bird captures, a story not of ideal motherhood, but of the complicated, frustrating, and deeply human kind of love that exists between a mother and her daughter. In Greta Gerwig's 2017 film Lady Bird, we follow Christine "Lady Bird" McPherson, a high school senior with pink hair and big dreams, and her mother Marion, a tough, no-nonsense nurse who's holding the family together through financial strain. And their relationship is at the heart of the film. And this Mother's Day, I want to talk about what it means to be raised not by gentle affection, but by tough love, the kind that doesn't always feel good, but often comes from a place of sacrifice and unspoken care. This is Darcy from Ladies First, watching women in movies. Here we empower women by reviewing and discussing films that highlight their stories, struggles, achievements, and complexities. And today, we're reflecting on the emotional battlefield that is Lady Bird and what it means to love and be loved through conflict. From the very first scene, Lady Bird introduces us to a relationship defined by tension. One moment, Lady Bird and Marion are crying together while listening to an audiobook. The next, they're in a screaming match about college applications. This back-and-forth dynamic isn't just for drama, it reflects a reality many daughters know all too well, when your mother is both your biggest critic and your silent protector. Marion is not the tender type. She doesn't shower Lady Bird with compliments. In fact, most of her love comes in the form of criticism, comments about how ungrateful Lady Bird is, how she should be more realistic, how she needs to do better. And yet, behind every harsh word is a mother who's working double shifts, who gives up her own desires, who simply doesn't have the energy to be soft. It's easy to side with Lady Bird at first. After all, we see the world through her eyes, a teenager desperate for freedom, for beauty, for a life beyond Sacramento. But as the film unfolds, we begin to see Marion not as a villain, but as a woman barely keeping it together. And isn't that what many mothers are? They don't always say, "I love you." They don't always listen. Sometimes they're so focused on surviving that they forget how to connect. But they show up, they pay the bills, they keep the lights on. They drop you off at school in silence, even after a fight. That's the unglamorous, often invisible side of motherhood that Lady Bird refuses to sugarcoat. One of the most powerful scenes in the film is when Lady Bird reads the letters her mom had written but never sent. It's a quiet moment. No big music, no dramatic realization. Just Lady Bird coming to terms with a truth many of us realize too late. Our moms did love us. They just didn't know how to show it in the way we wanted. This is the tough love that raised many of us. Not the warm, hallmark version of motherhood, but the real complicated version. The kind of love that teaches resilience, that shapes who we are, even when we fight it. The kind that doesn't always say, "I'm proud of you," but still brags about you to coworkers when you're not around. Greta Gerwig didn't just make a coming-of-age film. She created a mirror for daughters and mothers to finally see each other. Not as enemies, but as women trying their best under the weight of expectations, fear, and love. Lady Bird reminds us that love doesn't always look like we expect it to. Sometimes it's sharp, sometimes it's silent. But if we look closely, we see it in every ride to school, in every stitched-up hem, in every unsent letter. So this Mother's Day, let's honor the tough love too. The moms, who weren't perfect, who sometimes hurt us, but who kept going anyway. What did Lady Bird make you realize about your own relationship with your mom? Did you see yourself in Lady Bird or in Marion? Leave a comment below and let's talk. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me here every week as we dive into stories that remind us how powerful and human women truly are. This is Darcy from Ladies First, and happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms out there.